it is. Phones it out. We're getting ready here for some Trivia Tavern after that awesome DJ set. So if you're tuning in, getting set up with us, what you're going to do is you're going to scan that QR code. You're going to be ready to play some trivia. That's here at the Trivia Tavern. All right, y'all. So yeah, don't forget, you're going to scan that QR code. We're going to get you set up, or you can go to crowd.live. We've got 5 rounds of trivia coming your way. It's all going to be fast, fun, and most points along the way is going to get some fun titles, and you're going to get the chance to be our trivia traveler. So that's kicking off in just a moment. Go ahead and scan that QR code if you'd like to join in. Trivia Tavern kicking off in just a sec. All right, y'all, we got some players already in the chat. If you guys haven't already, scan that QR code and get ready for some Trivia Tavern. That's right, my name is Danny. I'm here, the host here at the Trivia Tavern. And what we do here is we play some trivia here online where you get to play against everybody else that's watching at home. The way it works is we're going to have a series of trivia rounds where the faster you get your answers in, the more points you get. And the most points at the end of every round, where you're going to get a fun, honorific title. And the most points at the end of the night are going to be added all together. Whoever has the most points at that point in the night will be named our Trivia Traveler. So we've got a fun game of trivia kicking off. We've got some players already signed up. Now, if you haven't already, all you got to do is scan the QR code if you're watching on like a laptop. Or if you're playing on your laptop, you can just enter this website, crowd.live, and enter the code HEZ9T. And I see Adriana's in the chat, Anana, getting ready to play some trivia with us. Good to see you, Anana. If you guys are checking out what we got in the background, we do have our last trivia of the year, Trivia Tavern of the year. So we've got our snow round because we are in the middle of winter, or I should say, actually, I take it back. We're at the very end of fall. Winter doesn't technically kick off until the 21st, so we're getting ready for winter, and in some places that does mean snow. So I've got a whole round of trivia coming your way. And this one, I say there's snow business like show business. That's because this is trivia all about Christmas movies featuring visual references. There's going to be some visual references in this round. So you're going to just see some things on the screen. I'm going to ask you a question about it. These are going to mostly be multiple choice questions, and the faster you get your answer in, the more points you get. The most points at the end of this round will be the Snow Stopper. That's right, because we always have a fun title for those of you that win. Now, as we get ready for our first round of trivia, I always like to shout out who else we got here in the studio, and that, of course, is the man, the myth behind the glass. What's up? Flip number 2. One sec. There we go.
Check. Ooh,
there
that's a little
are.
hot, but
Yeah.
that's okay. You can turn me down a little bit, that gray knob.
There we go.
Yeah. How is everybody going out there in Radio Land? I don't know if there I am. I'm matched up a little bit. Hi.
Yeah, that's Jeff. That's our producer. That's the guy who makes this chip run. That's the guy who's going to be taking care of us, and we all know him here as Turbo. So, Turbo, shout out. Good to see you, buddy. We got our last one here at the Trivia Tavern for the year. You ready for the holiday? You ready for kind of a little downtime?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I don't have anything until the New Year's Eve, so it's gonna be good.
Very cool. And then we got a chance to talk a little bit, but I didn't actually get our name of our guest, so you got hanging out with us too. What's it? Wayne?
DJ Wayne Wright.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright is in the house.
Mr.
So yeah.
Wright.
So yeah, Mr. I like that. That's a great name, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Wright is in the house.
He played a set earlier.
Now, if you get the answers right, you can be Mr. Right twice over, right? Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun trivia going on. I see we have Darren and Adrienne in the chat, so thank you guys for joining us as well. If you haven't already, it's real easy to set up. All you gotta do is scan that QR code or go to crown.live. We're gonna have a bunch of questions coming your way about, one of my favorite types of movie. It's the Christmas movie. Especially I like the Christmas movies that maybe don't feel like normal Christmas movies like Gremlins and Die Hard. But you guys got favorite Christmas movies? If you guys do, drop in the chat. Turbo, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah. Let's see. Scrooge.
Scrooge is a great one. All-time great one.
For sure.
My favorite version of A Christmas Carol involves Muppets, just to let you guys know. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, but you know that because that is right. There's a bunch of them that are kind of the Scrooge story retold. There's like everything from Scrooge, where it's like super highball wacky with the TV setting, to Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past, which was the Matthew McConaughey rom-com.
You know, I love the intro part of the fact that he's the photographer in that last era of like photography that has this like incredible amount of support staff, which doesn't exist anymore.
It's very different.
Where he just kind of like came up and snapped the photo. That does like time capsule of photography.
Yeah. So
that's a cool little subplot on that movie.
But that so as I say, Scrooge as a story has been told quite a few times. Maybe we'll see if any of them come up in this round. All right, y'all. Now, if you haven't already, it looks like we already got 10 players. But we want to scan that QR code or go to crowd.live. Now, remember, the faster you get your answer in, the more points you're going to get. However, you want to avoid picking the wrong answer because you can't change them.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
That's right. You don't want to run into that fat finger situation because once you get your answer locked in, it is locked in. So I want to make sure you're deliberate, get those answers correct, get them in on time, so that way you can score some points. All right, y'all, we're kicking off our first round of the night. A question all about Christmas movies with some visual elements. The winner of this round, you're going to be the Snow Stopper, and all of your points are going to get added up to try to be the Trivia Traveler at the end. All right, y'all, here comes our first question. Now I'm going to open up the answers in a moment. The answer is going to open up the fastest on your devices. Now, these two cinematic Santas appear in different versions, one from 1947 and the other, the 1994 remake of what Christmas classic? Now your answers are open, so here are the ones you can choose. Miracle on 34th Street, White Christmas, The Man Who Saved Christmas, and All I Want for Christmas. So once again, these two cinematic Santas appear in different versions, one from 1947 and the other from the 94 remake of what Christmas classic? Is that Miracle on 34th Street, White Christmas, or The Man Who Saved Christmas, or All I Want for Christmas? Got about 5 seconds left to tell me. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. Now, we had 9 answers, 100% of the answers for Miracle on 34th Street. That is the correct answer. Yeah, so just like that, if you got that answer, you got those points. We're going to move on to your second question. Question number 2. Now, which enduring holiday story did the Muppets put their unique musical spin on in 1992? Answers available for you are The Christmas Rose, A Christmas Carol, The Gift of the Magi, or The Nutcracker. Once again, which enduring holiday story did the Muppets put their unique musical spin on in 1992? The Christmas Rose, Christmas Carol, The Gift of the Magi, or The Nutcracker? All right, you got about 10 more seconds.
40% of all people know that.
This is definitely one where it's like it's
your clue earlier.
Right, it's like, were you paying attention to what I was talking about before we started? Because you did, you're gonna have an advantage. All right. Answers, we got them all. We got 10% or 100%, 10 answers for Christmas Carol. That is, of course, the Muppet Christmas Carol. Yes, Jacob Marley the Marleys have been dead for some time. All right, y'all. Question number 3 coming your way. Now, for this one, we're looking for some good old-fashioned product placement. What soda is Kevin McAllister's wide-eyed cousin told to go easy on in this homely holiday comedy? Is it Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or Mountain Dew? Once again, what soda is Kevin McAllister's... I think we got a fat finger situation. What soda is Kevin McAllister's wide-eyed cousin told to go easy on in this homely holiday classic? Is that Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or Mountain Dew? 10 more seconds.
Is that Kieran Culkin?
I think that is. That's right. I forget that Kieran's also in the Home Alone, the original Home Alone, just as like one of the many, many kids that's in the movie. Now he's maybe the most successful of the bunch. All right, let's see the answers for this one. Okay, we had a very even split. We had 2 for Pepsi, 2 for Coca-Cola, and 3 each for Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. Let's see what it was this time. It's Pepsi.
Yeah.
Did you? Now, which one did
I put Mountain Dew.
You put Mountain Dew. Let me see.
But then I was like, nah. It's like, hey, lay off of that Pepsi. Yeah.
So, fun fact: PepsiCo paid around $40,000 for the right to be immortalized in the line, "Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi" in Home Alone. So yeah, they paid $40,000 for the line to get into the movie, which is crazy. All right, let's get question number 4. Now, although this beloved holiday movie was filmed in and around Cleveland, Ohio, the story is actually set in neighboring, now you're going to see some states, was that in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, or Indiana? That's right, although this beloved holiday movie was filmed in and around Cleveland, Ohio, the story is actually set in neighboring Michigan, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, or Indiana. Tell me where A Christmas Story takes place, you just might get those points.
We've been there to the house.
Oh, to the one in Ohio?
It's quite a production. There's a whole block, and they own the whole block, and they have like a store with you can buy the Red Ryder BB guns and stuff.
That's cool.
That's way cool. Like, Delroy to this day, his only BB gun is a pump action Red Ryder.
That's pretty
just
rad.
like this, just like
the one in the movie. There's a lot of fascinating stuff about this movie, about like how it wasn't popular till it got on TV. Well, let's go over the answers you guys thought it was. All right, we had 2 for Michigan, 3 for Pennsylvania, and 5 for Indiana. All right, now your correct answer was Indiana. So we had about half our crowd getting that one right. Congratulations. And it says actually here, my fun fact, while tourists can still visit the A Christmas Story house in Cleveland, Ohio, the 1983 film is set in neighboring Indiana. So yeah, you apparently got that whole shebang, got to see the whole set.
Houses, yes.
I bet, because it's one of those things.
Just like the movie.
Right, you can preserve it. You can just make sure it just keeps looking like that. That's pretty cool. All right, y'all, let's get into question number 5, and then we're going to do a little mid-round break and see how people are doing so far. All right, now this one got a little bit of a weirder one. Although listed as evil scientist in the credits, what is the actual name of this nightmarish Christmas movie antagonist? Now, you might know what movie that's from, but what's the name of that character? Is that Dr. Finkelstein, Dr. Winklevoss, Dr. Frankenbean, or Dr. Yuletime? Once again, although listed as evil scientist in the credits, what is the actual name of this nightmarish Christmas movie antagonist? Is that Dr. Finkelstein, Dr. Winklevoss, Dr. Frankenbean, or Dr. Yuletime? Also want to shout out Mitch Dodge in the chat letting us know Christmas Story, that's his favorite Christmas movie. So yeah, thank you for checking out. Yeah, Mitch Dodge. There's a lot of really fascinating stuff too about how like that movie got really popular when TBS started doing the 24-hour thing of it. It was kind of just a B movie that got more popular the longer it was on TV. But let's talk about this movie. You guys thought this was... All right, we had 4 for Dr. Finkelstein, 6 for Dr. Frankenbean, and 2 for Dr. Yuletime. Now, this is from Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas, and that is Dr. Finkelstein. Yes, Dr. Finkelstein, the mad scientist featured in Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas from '93, and is also a playable character in the long-running Kingdom Hearts video game series. So that's kind of fun. They made that disturbing character a video game character. All right, well, let's see how we're doing through 5 questions of trivia so far. Who we got here? And we got Ed. Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined in first place. First place, easy for me to say, with 345 points. In second, it's Adriana and Nana with 345. And Wayne in third place so far. Way to go, Mr. Wright. Doing buddy. Pretty good. Yeah. Right now, you're ahead of Turbo and Stelio. Both.
I'm in my number 4 spot.
You're actually tied, too, with Stelio. I believe you guys both have 269 points. Nice. Who else we got? We got Real John in the chat. Or we got Real John with 230 points. Darren, Suburban Rain, 191. Melody, Casserole, both with 180-ish. Mitch Dodge, 126. Brandy, San Diego joining us. Ginny is joining us as well. And that rounds out our group. So we'll see how we do. Now, in addition to this round of trivia, we've got 4 more rounds of different types of trivia coming your way. We're even got one. We're going to be looking back at 2024. But let's get into the second half of these questions. Question number 6 up next. Now, what angel visits a despondent George Bailey to show him the true meaning of Christmas in this beloved holiday classic? That's right, what's the name of the angel? Is it Barney, Gabriel, Clarence, or Michael? Once again, what angel visits a despondent George Bailey to show him the true meaning of Christmas in this beloved holiday classic? Barney, Gabriel, Clarence, or Michael? We got a little bit of time left.
I don't know.
All right, answers are in. Every time you hear a bell ring, an angel gets its wings. Let's see what you guys knew the name of that angel. Now, we had 1 each for Barney and Gabriel, with 5 for Clarence and Michael. Your correct answer, it's the least, well, maybe not the least, but it's definitely not as angel as you might think. It's Clarence. Yes, Clarence is the name of the angel. He's way. And he's also not quite a full-fledged angel at the beginning of the movie. It's not until he actually helps save George that he becomes a full-fledged angel. All right, y'all. Now, let's get question number 7 on the board. Which of Tom Hanks' frequent collaborators directed him in this uncanny Christmas movie? Now, who directed that Christmas movie? Is it Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, or Nora Ephron? Once again, which of Tom Hanks' frequent collaborators directed him in this uncanny Christmas movie? Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, or Nora Ephron? You got a few seconds left.
I can't get over those. The computer graphics is so terrible.
It's one of those things that like aged the moment it came out. Like it was not like when you saw it, you're like, oh, I like Shrek more than this.
Yeah,
because,
like Mars Needs Moms also came out that same year, and it also looks really terrible.
And it's like, yeah, no, these are not a fun watch for me. All right, y'all, let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, now this is the Polar Express. Now, was that directed by Ron Howard? We had 3 guesses for that. We had 3 for Spielberg and 6 for Robert Zemeckis. Your correct answer this time was Robert Zemeckis. Yes, Robert Zemeckis, director of the Back to the Future movies as well as the Polar Express. All right, y'all, question number 8. Now, how many separate storylines are loosely weaved together in this beloved British holiday flick? Now, you might not know what movie that is, but there's several storylines in it. Is it 6, 8, 10, or 12 different storylines? Once again, how many separate storylines are loosely weaved together in this beloved British holiday flick? Is it 6, 8, 10, or 12? All right, you got a little bit of time left.
This is also one of my favorite movies. It's a good one, too.
This is a fun one. And then, too, it's like you start, as you're answering this one, you're thinking, like, okay, how many of the stories can I remember, right?
Right. It's like a plain guess, basically.
Yeah, because there's plenty that you're like, oh, yeah, this is like the big one. But then there's a smaller ones there, too, that's easy to forget about. All right, so let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, we had 6 answers for 6. We had 4 for 8 and 1 for 10.
I bet it's 12. Because 12 days of Christmas, I bet it's 12.
Let's see. The correct answer is 10. Yes, 10. Yeah, so only one person got that one. What was that, Sherba? Oh, that was you. That was you that got one. Very cool. Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew this too, but they also got together for something that they do in the UK for like raising children's money for children's hospitals and stuff. So a bunch of the cast got together for they was called Red Nose Day actually, and so yeah, they just kind of did a whole riff on it. What's that? Yeah, so they it's a thing that they do in the UK every year where they have different entertainers, and sometimes it'll be like music focused and sometimes it's movie focused. And so one year they got like almost everyone. What's that? Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, Wayne's got some experience out in the UK, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's get into question number 9. All right, now according to the title of this campy Christmas classic, a favorite of Mystery Science Theater 3000, what does Santa Claus do to the Martians? So we're looking for what Santa Claus does to the Martians, and the title to this campy classic is that destroy, beats, kills, or conquers. Once again, according to the title of this campy Christmas classic, it's a favorite of Mystery Science Theater 3000. What does Santa Claus do to the Martians? Is it destroy, beats, kills, or conquers? Now, if you don't know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, it's a show for folks like me where, a dude who's living on a space station and his two robots watch old bad movies and make fun of them. And it's a very fun premise or something.
The original React channel.
Yeah, the original reaction videos. So yeah, let's see how you guys thought this one went down. All right, we had 1 for destroys, 2 for beats, and 9 for conquers. Your correct answer was it's Santa Conquers the Martians. Yes, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which is just a fantastic title. 1964's Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is the first documented motion picture appearance of Mrs. Claus. So the first time she ever showed up in a film was actually, this movie. So
No way!
that's literally wild. All right, we got one more question for this round. Let's see how you guys do with it. Question number 10. In what hot climate city is this naughty Christmas movie set? All right, what city is it set in? Is it Miami, Phoenix, Las Vegas, or Honolulu? Once again, in what hot climate city is this naughty Christmas movie set? Miami, Phoenix, Las Vegas, or Honolulu? 15 seconds left. All right, y'all. And if you don't know what movie that is yet in those last 3 seconds, I'll say that's Bad Santa. That's why it's a naughty Christmas movie. Let's see where you thought Bad Santa took place. All right, we had 5 for Miami, we had 6 for Phoenix, and 1 for Las Vegas. Your correct answer was Phoenix. Yes, Bad Santa takes place out in Phoenix. All right, so those were your 10 questions. We got our 10 answers in. It's time to find out who our winner is, our top 3, and who you'll declare the snowstopper as we get finished with those Christmas movie questions. Now in third place, we have Real John. Real John, a frequent here at the Trivia Tavern. Way to go, Real John. In second, it's I'm Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. Way to go, Ed. And in first place, it's Turbo, yeah, that
Personally,
one.
I think we got hosed on that call.
The one where you're the only one that got it right might have been the difference
I think it was
there.
that one.
Yeah, that was
me there. Let's take a look at the chart.
Yeah. So let's see how everyone did. It was a generally challenging round for most people because I did pull out some more obscure Christmas movies. But yeah, so let's see. Real John, our top 3 all got at least 7 correct. Then we had Steele in 4th place with 448 points, getting 5. Same thing for Wayne. So both, and actually only 4 points separating Wayne and Steele for 4th and 5th place there. So it was really close. It was just a difference of a few seconds, it looks like. Adriana rounding us out with another 5 correct answers. Darren right behind. Melody, Mitch Dodge, Cassie Roll cracking our top 10. We got some new players too. We got Sushi Kira joining us as well. So welcome Sushi Kira, and shout outs to Jenny and Brandy as well, because we do have a good amount of players today. So, maybe that's not your round. Maybe Christmas movies in your bag, and maybe you're going to do better in our next round, because you do get to add up all your points across all 5 rounds. However, maybe you just want to win one, and if you do, you're going to get one of those fun titles. So, for this next round, we're just going to wing it. That's right. That's what I call this round, because this is multiple choice trivia about airplanes and airlines. Most points at the end of this round will be our aviator auteur. We're going to kick off this round in just under 6 minutes. So if you haven't already, this is always a great time to let you guys know. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, get hooked up with the channel, do whatever you can. Especially liking each video, it makes a huge difference. So if you can like this video, if you can make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following us on Twitch, any of those things, this is a great time to do that. And then once you've done all that, get ready, because we're going to have a round of trivia coming your way all about airlines and airplanes. Make sure you scan that QR code, get set, and then get yourself a nice beverage. All right, we're going to kick this off.
Moss Beverages is.
Yes, Moss Beverage. Let's get that kicked off in just a moment.
%40 of all people know that.
Are you saying boo or boo-erns?
All right, y'all, we're back in just a moment with more trivia. Now, if you haven't got set up for our next round, make sure you scan that QR code, get set up with it. If you haven't, you can also go to crowd.live and enter that code, GATTC. That will bring you into the room and get you set up for more trivia. This next round of trivia, it's all about airplanes and airlines, a little bit of aviation history going to happen, a little bit of questions about famous airports, things of that nature. We'll have a little bit of everything coming your way this round, and whoever wins this round, at the end, whoever has the most points will be our aviator auteur. Now, if you're a fan of travel, maybe shout out what you guys like about traveling. I like going other places. I don't have a fear of flying, but I'm also not a big fan of flying. It's not anything about, going up in the air and being scared of the things. Like, I don't like turbulence, but I want to be able to, like, pull over my car and, like, get up and stretch if I need to, which anytime I'm on an airplane for longer than 3 hours, I'm like, I need to do something. And I can only go up and get to the bathroom so many times without feeling like a jerk. So, yeah, if you guys are down with air travel, let me know. But if you also are generally not a fan, let me know too. Jeff, Turbo, how do you like air travel? You cool with it, or is it not? Okay.
Yeah, man, I like airplanes, dude. I was just watching mechanical problem videos before here.
That does not make me want to do more air travel.
Yeah, well, I usually do. I watch like an air crash investigation before I fly.
Why?
Well, think about it this way, right? Like, what do you think the chances of you watching an air disaster documentary and then immediately you being involved in an air disaster?
I feel like that's tempting fate. I feel like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like that's a
I
door.
use it to remind myself of keep myself calm in a situation and be like, okay, where's the exits and all that stuff.
Yeah, and so I think that's cool. I can definitely get on board with that. There's an element.
And there's two schools of thought, right? The roulette table says red and you bet black, or the roulette table says red and you bet red. You think either the trend will continue or I'll bet the opposite of the trend. So to me, I just feel like, watching a show is kind of like.
And to be fair, like, air travel is still incredibly statistically safe. That's why my biggest things aren't really about the safety of it. It's strictly like, I just want more elbow room. I can't be in this flying box for another hour.
They really need to solve the nickel and dime crap.
That's the part where it's like, just getting to an airport and getting on one gives me anxiety. But just that kind of anxiety of, like, wanting to just be there already. Anyways, with all that said, we're going to have a whole round of trivia coming your way, all about airplanes, airlines, a little bit of aviation trivia kicking off in less than 20 seconds. Reminder that the answers are going to open up the fastest on your devices, so make sure to keep your eyes on your devices to try to get the answers and points as fast as you can. And the person with the most points at the end of this round, you'll be our aviator auteur. And in addition to that, those points will be added with all of the points you collect tonight to try to be the trivia traveler. All right, y'all. Now with that said, let's get into our first question for this round. Now, what major European city is served by both Gatwick and Heathrow airports? I might be saying that incorrectly. Let me know. Is that Dublin, Paris, Berlin, or London? Once again,
40% of all people know that.
What major European city is served by both Gatwick and Heathrow airports? Is that Dublin, Paris, Berlin, or London? Got a few seconds to tell me. Yeah. See, it's serendipitous that we were talking about this, so let's see if you guys clued into it. All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. We had 3 for Dublin. We had 8 answers for London. Your correct answer, as soon as I finished reading the question, Wayne was like, I think I know that one. It's London. That's right. We were just talking about living in the UK, living in London. And yeah, London is served by both Gatwick and Heathrow. All right, y'all. Question number 2. Now, in what sunny U.S. city can passengers bet on finding the headquarters for the ultra-low budget carrier Allegiant Air? Now, where would you find their headquarters? Is it Miami, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or San Diego? Once again, in what sunny U.S. city can passengers bet on finding the headquarters for ultra-low budget carrier Allegiant Air? Miami, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or San Diego? Got about 10 seconds left.
What's the qualifier for sunny?
I mean, generally, sun is there. Like, no one's going to confuse Seattle for being a sunny place, right? I'm sure they get some sun. All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, now we had 45% of the answers for Miami. We had 6 answers for Las Vegas. Now, there's a little bit of a clue in the way we phrased it. You can bet on finding their headquarters. That's Las Vegas, baby. Yeah.
Bet.
Also, Allegiant Stadium is the Raiders' home stadium in Las Vegas. All right, so without further ado, question number 3. In what U.S. state is Joint Base Andrews, home airfield for the president's plane, Air Force One? So what state would you find the headquarters for Air Force One? Is it Delaware, Maryland, New York, or Virginia? Once again, in what U.S. state is Joint Base Andrews, home airfield for the president's plane, Air Force One? Is that Delaware, Maryland, New York, or Virginia? Tell me where that base of operations is. You got another 10 seconds.
40% of all people know that.
Answers are in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. Now, this time we had one for Daryl. I almost said Delaware. We had 1 for Delaware. We had 6 for Maryland. And we had 4 for Virginia. Your correct answer was Maryland. Yes, Maryland is the home of Joint Base Andrews.
No way.
All right, we're going to do a couple more, and then we'll do our mid-round
I think we got holes
check
on that
in.
call.
All right, question number 4. Which American airport has been the busiest in the world by passenger volume every year except one since 1998? Is that JFK, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Los Angeles International Airport, or Chicago O'Hare? Once again, which American airport has been the busiest in the world by passenger volume every year except one since 1998? JFK, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, Los Angeles, or Chicago O'Hare? You've got 5 seconds left. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, we have a really even split this time. We had 3 for JFK, 4 for Hartsfield-Jackson, and 4 for Chicago O'Hare. Your correct answer is Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Yeah, Atlanta's airport is the busiest, and up till recently, Chicago's was the second busiest, but that's recently been replaced, I believe, by Dubai. Dubai has quickly risen up for the largest kind of transit point for airlines. All right, now we're going to have question number 5 coming your way, and then see how we're doing so far. Question 5 goes like this. Which U.S. airline created the first non-smoking section for commercial flights in 1971? And remember, flying became commercialized in like the 50s, like when it became really popular, so it's a whole 20 years before you just couldn't avoid smoking. Was it Delta, Pan Am, TWA, or United? Once again, which U.S. airline created the first non-smoking section for commercial flights in 1971? Delta, Pan Am, TWA, or United?
I don't know.
All right, answers are locking in just under 3 seconds. Let's see what everybody thought it might be. All right, we had 5 for Pan Am, 2 for TWA, and 4 for United. Your correct answer this time was United. Yeah, United Airlines, founded in 1931, was the first commercial airline to offer non-smoking section in 1971. So when it started was 1931. That's a whole 40 years of just smoking on airplanes before you could just not be in a smoking section. It was a very different time. Delta Airlines was actually the first to outright ban smoking on all flights. All the way up to 1994 is when that started to happen. So yeah, you could smoke on airplanes for a long time.
I remember people smoking when I was a kid. I remember people smoking on the plane. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is think about it that way. 94 to now, that's 30 years, which means that in the history of commercial airplanes, there's still more time where you could smoke on an airplane than you couldn't. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, here's our standings so far through this round. Now, in first place, we got Real John with 370 points. In second, 312 points for I'm Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. Wayne in third place again through the break. Yeah, 282 points, 1 point ahead of Stelio, and 11 points ahead next for Turbo. Who else do we have up there? Suburban Rain, Darren, Melody, Mitch Dodge, Cassie Roll, Brandy, San Diego, and Anana rounding us out. So thank you guys for joining us here. Mitch Dodge letting us know these are not his categories tonight. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's just going to flip on you. You never know what I'm going to ask. Maybe I have some things coming your way that might work out a little bit better for you. But no stress. We're going to see how you do with the rest of the round. You can always flip your chances here at the Trivia Tavern. All right, question number 6. Now, what Italian city is home to Marco Polo Airport? Yeah, where can you find Marco Polo?
I love that graphic.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. All right, y'all. Is that Florence, Naples, Rome, or Venice? Once again, what Italian city is home to Marco Polo Airport? Florence, Naples, Rome, or Venice? If you say Marco Polo, the answer will not appear. You have to press that finger. All right, y'all. You're going to have a few seconds left. All right, answers are in. You went with. All right, we've got a good split again. We got 3 for Florence, 2 for Naples, 3 for Rome, and 4 for Venice. Your correct answer was Venice. Yeah, Venice, our correct answer that time. All right, question number 7. What airline was originally founded in 1984 as British Atlantic Airways? All right, so that is the original name for what airline? Is that Ryanair, Logan Air, British Airways, or Virgin Atlantic? Once again, what airline was originally founded in 1984 as British Atlantic Airways? Ryanair, Logan Air, British Airways, or Virgin Atlantic? All right, 10 more seconds. All right, answers in. Let's see. This time we had 1 for Logan Air, 4 for British Airways, and 7 for Virgin Atlantic. Your correct answer this time, it's Virgin Atlantic. Yes, Virgin Atlantic was the original, or is the new name that it goes by now. There are 2 here that kind of featured words in the original name, but Virgin is the one we were looking for. All right, question number 8. Now, in terms of size, the biggest airport in the world is located in which country? Is that Brazil, the United States, India, or China? So we're talking about the size of the airport. So in terms of size, the biggest airport in the world is located in which country? Brazil, the United States, India, or China? And in case you're curious, this is a picture of the airport. It is nicknamed the Starfish. All right, let's see which ones you guys thought it might be. Now we had 1 for Brazil, 6 for India, and 5 for China. Where can you find the Starfish? In China. Yes, China. Nicknamed the Starfish. That's Daxing International Airport. That's in Beijing, China. And it covers more than 18 square miles. That's about the size of the countries of Nauru and Tuvalu combined. All right, we got 2 more questions coming your way this round. Question number 9. To which major airline based in the United States does this logo belong? So that's the logo of an airline. Tell me which one it is. Is it American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, or Allegiant Air? Once again, which major airline based in the United States does this logo belong to? American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, or Allegiant Air? You got a few seconds left to get those answers in. All right, just under 3 seconds. Here are the results. Now we had 11 for American Airlines, 1 for Delta Airlines. Your correct answer is American Airlines. American Airlines, that is the logo. I got a little chuckle as I was reading that because I saw Stelio's comment. It's not about the size of the airport, it's how you use it. We do use Atlanta's airport more than we use the one in China, so that might be saying something. All right,
You're
y'all.
killing me, Smalls.
Let's get our final question of this round on the board. Question number 10. Now, if you see this logo on the tail of your international flight, which airline are you flying? So I got another logo for you. Who does that belong to? Is that Lufthansa, Qantas Airways, Singapore Airlines, or Cathay Pacific Airways? Once again, if you see this logo on the tail of your international flight, which airline are you flying? Lufthansa, Qantas Airways, Singapore Airlines, or Cathay Pacific Airways? All right, y'all, 5 seconds left for your answers. Curious what you guys thought this one was. Answers in. All right, we had 5 for Lufthansa. We had 1 for Qantas. We had 6 for Singapore. Your correct answer for this one is... That is Lufthansa, or yeah,
No way.
I'm not sure if it's Lufthansa,
40% of all people
Lufthansa,
know that.
but that is the correct answer.
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa.
99 Luft balloons.
Yes, that's right, Luft. That's because you got to get that lift. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for the round. It's time to declare our winner. Find out who our aviator auteur is. We're gonna find out our top 3, see where you were with those points, and declare our winner for this round. All right, now in third place we have. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Stacking up those points might be Trivia Traveler. At the end of the night, we got Real John to fight with. Real John with 622 points in second place. And in first place, it's Stelio. Way to go, Steel. 653 points in first place for Stelio for that round. Let's see how else. Turbo, you did lock down
Of course.
your fourth spot.
The fourth spot
You're
is
only
always
1
good.
point ahead of Wayne on that
I
one.
know. I just made a comment. I was
Yeah,
like, we're so close. Over
close
here.
again. Both of you getting 6 correct answers. It was the difference. Stelio in the chat. F yeah, let's go, ladies. Media Killers just got into the chat. Media Killers, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Who else? We had Melody rounded into 6. Mitch Dodge. Hey, you got 5 out of 10 of those, so it wasn't too bad, Mitch, for you. 347 points. Anana, Brandy, and Darren rounding out the top 10. And then Media Killers and Casserole in those 11 and 12 spots. So round us out. That was a challenging round. And thank you guys
That was
for
a
getting
good
into
one
it.
for something that, like, oh, you could make that really easy. You know, you could have made that round pretty easy with airlines.
I could have, but I
Yeah.
don't because I want to challenge you guys.
That's right. It was good.
Thank you. And yeah, Steele's like Lufthansa. So thank you so much for the correct. He always helps me out with the German pronunciations because German is not my language, y'all. Like I can see it, I can't say it. Oh yeah, and then shout out to Media Killers as Mitch Dodge is letting them know in the chat. All right, now it is time for round 3. Well, I should say in 6 minutes it'll be time for round 3. And for round 3, I call this one Other Things That Happened on Jesus' Birthday. This is a whole round of trivia all about things that have happened or have historical reference to December 25th that don't really have anything to do with Christmas. They're just people and things involving Christmas Day throughout history. So, a whole round of history involving things that have happened on Christmas Day or people or related to people who are associated with Christmas Day in some capacity or another. So we'll kick that one off in less than 6 minutes. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you do hit those like, subscribe buttons, and all that good stuff. Then make sure you're ready for this game. If you're not already switched over from the last round, that you rescan that QR code if you have to, or go to crowd.live to enter the code. This game's code is going to be ZXCCI. All right, y'all, we're kicking it off in just a little bit.
Let's go already!
I feel you, Benda.
Media Killer saying it feels like we're listening to Fish. Yeah. You guys like jam bands? You're a huge Fish fan? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm Fish 1.0, man. Yeah, I saw them. The only time I've seen them was in Denver in 1997. So
they're one of the musical acts that I want to say like I could never get into. Like because like Fish and Grateful Dead and certain like Steely Dan have kind of like the jam band like notoriety and like there's like an oeuvre to it. I'm like I have never like sat down and tried to listen to it because I'm like how do you take in?
I'm not really into Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Fish though,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
and
yeah,
you've got the best thing you can do, Danny, and for all you who are listening.
Yeah, how do you get into Fish if you want to get into Fish?
There's an album that's on all the Spotify, iTunes, and whatever's, right? It's all still, it should be available in your streaming package. It's Fish Alive 1 is the name of the album.
Fish
and it's
Alive 1.
It's a compilation of like 4 shows or something, but it's all the best renditions of some of that. And then like it starts with like bouncing around the room, and then you can watch that. All of their stuff is like taped. All their shows. I listen to like all their, like every show. I'll listen to their show. I'll look for like a favorite track or two that they played. So, but they have the world's record for playing at Madison Square Garden 13 shows with no repeats of any tracks.
That's pretty impressive. That's very cool.
You can put that on your trivia next time.
Yeah.
They call it They called it the Baker's Dozen, dude.
And in
13 shows at Madison Square Garden.
In case you guys are curious, we're not talking about a group of fish like animals that make music. The band is PHISH. Just in case you guys don't know who Fish is. The
Grateful Dead are a bunch of like drugged up hippies that jammed around, but Fish, these are 4 straight same musicians they've been for decades. So same guys.
I didn't realize I was unlocking this like Fish Grateful Dead rivalry.
Yeah, it's not a rivalry necessarily. It's just a totally different generations. It's like
got it.
It's like talking about Bach and Mozart when they didn't live in the same
right.
100
They're
years
like
at
one's
all.
Baroque, one's classical, stuff like that. Right. I get you. I don't know if those guys are either of them are Baroque, but just as a for instance.
As an example,
You know who is Baroque? I'm Baroque. I need some money. No, I'm just kidding. We're getting ready for some trivia. We're kicking it off in just a second. We got 30 seconds till our next round of trivia, and this one's all about things that have happened on Christmas or people that have been maybe born on Christmas or have other ties to Christmas Day that don't have anything to do with Christmas. So we got more trivia coming your way. I believe our first question for this round is going to be one where that's going to be a later round. But we're going to have some other fun kinds of questions coming your way. But multiple choice, get your answers in as fast as you can. I forgot I'm not on this page. One sec. There we go. There I am. You guys were hearing me without seeing me and didn't even let me know. No, just kidding. All right, Shell. Now, here comes our first question for this round. And I got a movie question. What Hollywood legend plays Atticus Finch in the movie adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird, which was released on Christmas Day of 1962? Now, was that Cary Grant, Gregory Peck, Henry Fonda, or James Stewart? And you can see a little bit of them in that picture on the poster. Once again, what Hollywood legend plays Atticus Finch in the movie adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird, released on Christmas Day 1962? Cary Grant, Gregory Peck, Henry Fonda, or James Stewart? It's, cool to see that the tradition of movies coming out on Christmas Day goes all the way back to the 60s.
Isn't he also Captain Ahab in Moby Dick?
Oh, yeah. Great actor, classic actor. Let's see
who is that
who
actor?
it is.
Danny, reveal it to us.
We will find out. We had 3 people guess it was Cary Grant. We had 8 for Gregory Peck and 1 for James Stewart. Your correct answer was... That is Gregory Peck. Yes, Gregory Peck. And probably the greatest role of his career, but he had a lot of great ones. A fantastic actor. All right, Shell, your next question is... Known for formulating the 3 laws of motion, which of these renowned natural philosophers was born on December 25th, 1642? Yeah, the founder of the 3 laws of motion was born on Christmas Day in 1642. Was that Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, Leonardo da Vinci, or Nicholas Copernicus? Once again, known for formulating the 3 laws of motion, which of these renowned natural philosophers was born on December 25th, 1642? Was that Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, Leonardo da Vinci, or Nicholas Copernicus? Media Killer's saying Peck, which is like, yeah, it is a funny name. Very funny name. All right, y'all. Answers turned in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. 100% of the answers for Isaac Newton. That is 100% correct. Yes, the 3 laws of motion invented by a man who was born on Christmas. All right, now question number 3. What popular historical drama set in an alternative 1800s London debuted on Netflix on Christmas Day 2022? Is that Downton Abbey, Outlander, The Crown, or Bridgerton? Once again, what popular historical drama set in an alternative 1800s London debuted on Netflix on Christmas Day 2020? Was that Downton Abbey, Outlander, The Crown, or Bridgerton? All right, teams, you got a little bit of time to get those answers in.
40% of all people know that.
All right, answers in. Let's see what you thought it was. All right, we had 1 for Downton Abbey. We had 10 answers for Bridgerton. Your correct answer this time, it's Bridgerton. Yeah, Bridgerton. And, since that came out, it's totally made my life a lot easier when it comes to figuring out music to play before weddings, because it's just a really great soundtrack at the beginning of a prelude. All right, y'all. Question number, or is it processional? That's what I should say. All right, question number 4. Now, what river did George Washington and his troops cross on Christmas Day, 1776, in a surprise attack on Hessian soldiers during the Revolutionary War? Answers available for you are Delaware, Hudson, Mississippi, or Potomac. Once again, what river did George Washington and his troops cross on Christmas Day, 1776, in a surprise attack on Hessian soldiers during the Revolutionary War? Is that Delaware, Hudson, Mississippi, or Potomac? Tell me which river it was. Steelio. Yeah, it's more about the fact that it's just really easy to be like, oh, cool, what music do you want before we actually do all the party stuff? Oh, how about covers of popular, hip-hop and pop songs, but they sound like they're done by a classical, symphony. It makes sense. All right, y'all. Let's see the answers you guys went with. We had 100% of the answers for Delaware, and that is 100% correct. Yes, Delaware, your correct answer that time. All right, y'all. Media Killers, River Phoenix. There's only one river in Phoenix that I am aware of, and they didn't cross that one. All right, y'all. We're going to do 5 rounds tonight, Mitch. We're back to our classic 5-round format, so we got plenty of trivia coming your way. All right, we're going to do this question, and then we'll do our mid-round breakdown and see how we're doing so far. Now, statesman Anwar Sadat, born Christmas 1918, presided over blank for more than a decade. We're looking for the country that he presided over. Was that Egypt, Iraq, Israel, or Tunisia? Once again, statesman Anwar Sadat, born December 25th, 1918, presided over blank for more than a decade. Was that Egypt, Iraq, Israel, or Tunisia? I have a very dumb reason why I know this one, and I'll share that more once we get to that point of the round.
I don't know.
All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, 100% of the answers for Egypt, and that
Everybody
is
else thought the same thing I did.
100% correct. Yes, Egypt, your correct answer that time. Now, Anwar Sadat was president of Egypt from 1970 until he was assassinated during a parade in Cairo of 1981. But I know this. Do you guys remember a movie called I Love You, Man? With Paul Rudd?
I remember the movie, but I did not see it.
It's just such a random thing where one of the characters exclaims, like, oh yeah, I named my dog Anwar Sadat. It's like, oh, are you like a fan of his politics? Like, no, man. He looks just like him. And so it's like, and it's just this dumb thing of like, oh yeah, this, like, they showing the dog and then showing a picture of Anwar Sadat. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm never going to forget that he was the president of Egypt now because of this dumbass scene. All right, let's see how you guys did so far through 5 questions. All right, we got Real John in first place this time. So Real John stacking up some points, 465, but only 5 points ahead of Darren for Suburban Rain in second with 460, and Nana 455. So 5 points separating first, second, and third, and Stelio right behind, just 2 more points for fourth. Turbo in fifth. Mitch Dodge, 382. Brandy San Diego. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Most of our players getting over 250 points. Oh, we got J-Dog just jumping in with us too. So welcome J-Dog for our round of trivia about things that took place on Christmas but aren't related to Christmas. All right, so we got 5 more questions coming your way. We're going to see how we do as we go forward. All right, question number 6. Now, what American conductor composed the patriotic march, The Stars and Stripes Forever, on December 25th, 1896? Yeah, it was composed for the first time on Christmas Day. Was it Aaron Copland, Charles Ives, John Philip Sousa, or Scott Joplin? Once again, what American conductor composed the patriotic march, The Stars and Stripes Forever, on December 25th, 1896? Aaron Copland, Charles Ives, John Philip Sousa, or Scott Joplin? A little bit of time left. All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, this time we had 1 for Aaron Copland. We had 7 for John Philip Sousa and 4 for Scott. I've got that last entry. Your correct answer was John Philip Sousa. Yes. Oh, sorry, Scott Joplin. That's
No way.
Yeah, John Philip Sousa was your correct answer for that one. American composer and conductor John Philip Sousa wrote in his 1928 memoir that he composed the beloved patriotic march on Christmas Day of 1896. So, just bored on Christmas and wrote it. All right, question number 7. Now, who co-stars along Robert Redford in the Oscar-winning heist film The Sting, released on Christmas Day 1973? Now, answers, you're going to have some visual answers for this one too. Was that Dustin Hoffman, James Caan, Marlon Brando, or Paul Newman? Once again, who co-stars alongside Robert Redford in the Oscar-winning heist film The Sting, released on Christmas Day 1973? That Dustin Hoffman, James Caan, Marlon Brando, or Paul Newman? Pretty good. This is also an incredibly underrated classic. If you've never seen it, it's actually one of my mom and my grandfather's favorite films together. So if you haven't got a chance to check out The Sting, it's a fantastic movie. All right, y'all, answers in. Let's see what you guys went with. This time we had 2 for Brando and we had 9 for Newman. Your correct answer was Paul Newman. Yes, Paul Newman, your correct answer. Fun fact, Paul Newman and Robert Redford worked together a handful of times. When they worked together for the first time in The Towering Inferno, was it Robert Redford? No, Paul Newman made sure that he had as many lines as Robert Redford because he was worried about not being able to match like the veteran at that time. So it's very just interesting story. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's get your next one. Sorry, I just read Adriana's comment that Marlon Brando was one hot piece of ass. He was really good looking back in the day. All right, y'all. Next one. Actress and Christmas baby Sissy Spacek won an Academy Award in 1980 for a portrayal of which renowned country singer? Is that June Carter Cash, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, or Tammy Wynette? Once again, actress and Christmas baby Sissy Spacek won an Academy Award in 1980 for a portrayal of which renowned country singer? Is that June Carter Cash, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, or Tammy Wynette? Tammy Wynette. You've got 7 seconds left.
40% of all people know that.
All right, answers in. Let's see who you thought it was. Now, we had a good split this time. We had 2 for June Carter Cash, 6 for Loretta Lynn, 3 for Patsy Cline, and 1 for Tammy Wynette. Your correct answer, that is Loretta Lynn. Yeah, the name of the film, The Coal Miner's Daughter. It's based on the 76 best-selling autobiography of country singer Loretta Lynn. All right, question number 9. Best known for his on-screen persona, the Tramp, what legendary silent film actor passed away in Switzerland on Christmas 1977? Is that Ben Turpin, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, or Reese Tyler. Oh, sorry, I have it right here. Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle. I cannot see that from that distance. Once again, best known for his on-screen persona, the Tramp, what legendary silent film actor passed away in Switzerland on December 25th, 1977? Was that Ben Turpin, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, or Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle? All right. Sometimes the fonts don't match up with my monitor as easily as I'd like it to. Your answer's in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right. We had 1 for Buster Keaton and 10 for Charlie Chaplin. Yes, known as the Tramp on occasion, it's Charlie Chaplin. Yeah. And notably in this picture, doesn't have the mustache that a lot of people think of him with, right? Fascinating.
It's the Charlie Chaplin stash, not the Hitler stash.
Right.
But, fucking dictators,
They just take and take. Fun fact, Charlie Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and got 3rd place, which means there are 2 dudes who look more like Charlie Chaplin than Charlie Chaplin, which is just fantastic. All right, y'all. Let's see your next and final question for this round. Now, Saint Blank of Assisi is most often credited with creating the first living nativity scene on Christmas Day 1223. So yeah, this one's technically more about Christmas than the others, but whatever. It was hard to get 10 of these. Once again, Saint Blank, you're going to fill in that blank. Is it Saint Mark, Saint Christopher, Saint Francis, or Saint Anthony of Assisi that is most often credited with creating the first living nativity scene on Christmas Day 1223? All right, y'all, you got a few seconds left to tell me the answer. Was that Saint Mark, Saint Christopher, Saint Francis, or Saint Anthony of Assisi?
Christian rock albums, they're ranked, instead of gold, platinum, silver, they're gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yeah. What was it? What did the
South Park episode?
It's like, what did the wise man say after they give the gift of frankincense? Gave the gift of frankincense, but wait, there's myrrh. That's a fair. It's funny. Like I think when it comes to the whole idea of the nativity, what happened is one person thought ahead and they brought an actual gift, and that was gold. And then the other 2 guys wait,
frankincense, like literally just incense.
Yeah, I think this is a bit in Family Guy where they're just like, hold on, you're showing us up. Now it's like, now we're gonna we're gonna say these are from all of us. Like it's like, no, I brought the gold. I should get credit for the gold.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that Family Guy.
All right, y'all. Let's see the answers you guys went with. Now we had 1 for Saint Christopher and 10 for Saint Francis. Your correct answer. It is St. Francis. Yeah, so St. Francis of Assisi is most often credited creating the first living nativity scene on Christmas Day of 1223. All right, so let's see how you did. Now, after we see our standings for this round and declare our claustrophobic champion, I forgot to say what was on the line, but since, there was less Christmas involved, you're claustrophobic. So yeah, we're going to see who got that prize in just a moment. But we're also going to check in and see how we're doing through 3 rounds to find out who's winning so far in the Trivia Traveler Sweepstakes. But in 3rd place, Mitch Dodge. Now this is a high score for 3rd place. So way to go, Mitch Dodge, 837. Real John with 906. Who's in 1st place? It's Steelio, and just ahead by about 12 points. They're getting 918. Now, this was a round where a lot of people got a lot of the answers right, so it really came down to that speed and the timing. We had
Turbo, number 4.
All of our top 3 got all 10 answers correct, so it's that difference of timing for the 3 of them. Then Turbo, Suburban Rain, Anana, Brandy, Wayne, Ed, and Media Killers all getting a good amount. In fact, Media Killers got 9 out of 10 and is in 10th place. So that's real. This was really one where the speed was a big factor.
I wonder if he's he could be looking up the answers with his computer next to him.
I mean, that's
technically
right? Is a strategy. You do miss out on time. But no, I think it's just a matter of some of those, it's like, okay, cool. Like the last one, there's no Saint Mark or Saint Christopher that came up with the nativity. So it's like, okay, Saint Francis, Saint Anthony. Now I'm down to 2 options that sound good. Let's go with the one that sounds, I think, the best. I think this is a good, narrowing it down round. So maybe that was your strategy. Maybe not. Let me know how you did it.
He left his glasses.
That's part of it. Yeah. But yeah, Steel with a fast finger getting first place for that round. So way to go, Steel. Anana saying that's what she said. Yeah, that's also hilarious. So thank you. All right. Well, now we have 3 rounds under our belt. Let's see how we're doing so far through the evening. We're going to have 2 more rounds to add more points. So I think we're going to see some familiar names here at the top 3. In third place, it's Steelio with 2,019 points. Way to go, catching up. And in second place, he's right behind Turbo with 2,071. And in first place so far, Real John, one of our trivia heavy hitters, is in first place through those rounds. But we're going to check in with our whole game standings and see how everyone's doing. Now, again, maybe you're not getting the Trivia Traveler tonight, and that's okay, because you have 2 more chances to win one of our fun titles, because we got 2 more rounds coming your way. Ed is right behind the pack with 1,775. 23 correct answers, though. So getting the same amount of answers, it's that little bit of speed. Wayne, you're right there, too. 18 correct answers, so in 5th place overall as we get ready for our back 2 rounds. All right, y'all. So we do have 2 more rounds coming your way tonight. We're going to get into them. The next round, too, is going to be a little bit faster because I have another round of true or false. This is something we're starting to do a little bit more of. We're going to take away 2 options. You only have 2. I'm going to give you some fun, weird statements, and some of them are true, some of them are false. You are going to try to decide and get those points. The faster the points, or faster the answer you get in, the more points you have a chance to get. These will have a slightly faster countdown timer, so you will have a little bit less time, but it also means that difference of time can be a big deal. Darren saying he can't believe that Adriana is beating him. Hey, sometimes it comes that way. She's getting those answers faster, and as Steelio said, faster fingers for the win. That might be the difference in the game. So get ready for another round of trivia. This one is another round of true or false trivia, and it's kicking off in less than 5.5 minutes.
That was way harsh, Ty.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Are you crying?
People talk all the time, it's like, oh man, I can't believe you said that was like this. It was such an easy question. I'm like, yeah, it's easy because you knew it. Like, trivia is one of those things, like, when you know it, you feel like a genius. And when you don't, you're just like, how the fuck do I not know this shit? Yep. right, y'all. We're getting ready to kick off another round of trivia here at the Trivia Tavern in just a second. Thank you. Yeah, we had just a little background noise going on there, but now we're all back, all set and all ready for another round of true or false trivia. Now, this one works a little bit different, right? Because I'm only going to give you 2 options for this one. You're going to just be telling me whether or not the option or the fact I'm giving you is true or false. I'll open up pretty quick. You're just going to tell me it's true or false. Now, I always like to mix it up. There's not really a pattern to how I do it. Maybe they're all true. You never know. So just a little bit of random trivia. All of these are very fun things. Whoever wins will be this week's lie detector, because we're going to kind of do these binary rounds every week, I think. It's a little bit of a fun change of pace from your general 4 answer format. Media Killer's letting he's giving Mitch Dodge the business, saying, hey, it's time. We need some better background music. I'm not disagreeing with that either. So no, it's okay. Mitch, we love you. When you get it, cool. This is our favorite song. And we're getting ready for another round of trivia here at the Trivia Tavern. Now, if you haven't already, do that thing. Make sure you scan that QR code or go to crowd.live and enter the code JP36N. After this, we're going to have one more round of trivia. As we're getting ready, this is going to be our last round of Trivia Tavern, or last night of Trivia Tavern until the new year. So our next one might be a little bit of a look back at 2024. But we've got a round of true or false trivia coming your way. The answer time's slightly shorter, so you're gonna have a little bit less time. Remember, faster answers gets you more points. It's always gonna be in true and false as your options. So the true option is always gonna be on top. False will be on the bottom. So we're trying to be as fast as possible. Make sure you strategize.
Oh, you should totally mess with people, dude. And then do true in red and false in green.
That is an evil idea.
Yeah.
The next time we do this, I'm going to mess with you guys, but that's not this time. So everything's going to go true.
You should make
false.
like a super speed round, like with 20, but they're really fast.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's in store for the new year here at the Trivia Tavern. Well, we got our first question. Now you're going to have true or false for all of these. So, beloved fantasy series Game of Thrones holds the record for most primetime Emmy Awards for drama. Is that true or is that false? And again, you have less time this time, only 25 seconds once I open up those answers for you. So once again, beloved fantasy series Game of Thrones holds the record for most primetime Emmy Awards for drama. Is that true or is that false? You got less than 10 seconds left.
In this case, green is true. Excuse me, green is false.
Green is false, yeah.
Blue is true.
Yeah.
Blue is true.
It's true blue, baby.
It's true blue.
That's right. All right, let's see what you guys thought if that was true or false. We had 7 for true. We had 3 for false. Your correct answer is... That's true. Yeah. Game of Thrones. I think I have the number right here.
No way.
No way. Game of Thrones from 2011 to 2019 holds Primetime Emmy Awards record for drama series in both wins and nominations. They've won 59 times and been nominated 161 times.
And now no one watches it.
Yeah. I think House of the Dragon's doing okay. All right, let's see question number 2. Now, dromedary camels have 2 distinctive humps on their backs. Is that true or false? Once again, dromedary camels have 2 distinctive humps on their back. Is that true or is that false? Media Killer is saying not to be confused with Game of Throats, which, to be fair, on that show was often kind of that show too. So yeah, but dromedary camels, do they have 2 humps? Is that true or is that false? All right, here we go. Answers in. You went with now 60% true, 40% false. Your correct answer is false. So dromedary camels, which actually make up 94% of the world's camel population, actually have 1 hump. Most of the time when you see camels, they only have 1 hump. It's Bactrian camels that have 2 humps. So I did show a picture of a Bactrian camel, but that is not a dromedary camel. So that was
not enough
false.
Drama.
Yeah, not enough drama.
Got it.
All right. Yep. Yeah, Seal, you didn't know about the Bactrian camels. All right, let's get to question number 3. Oh, sorry. There it goes. Now, since the formation of the United Kingdom in 1707, there have been 13 British monarchs. Does that math sound right, that there's been 13 British monarchs since 1707? Is that true or false? So once again, since the formation of the United Kingdom in 1707, there have been 13 British monarchs. Is that true or is that false? Yeah, there's a little bit. We were talking in the studio about this GIF and how it represents one person who was on the throne for a while. So it's like all of a sudden, 1707 to now, it's 314 years. Is that right? Yeah, 314 years. But you know, how many people's lifespans might have gone through in that time? So let's see what you guys thought it was. Now we had 89% of the answers for true. We had 1 for false. That is true. Yeah, so beginning with Queen Anne in 1707, there have been a total of 13 British monarchs, the most recent King Charles III, which is the current King of England. All right, question. That's a weird... See, that's one of those things that's weird for me to say. The King of England. My entire life, there's only ever been the Queen of England. So yeah. All right, y'all.
Arguably now, there's a King of England.
Right.
So it's not your whole life.
Well, that's what I mean. So up till it's still a
yeah.
recent development where it's like that's a interesting thing to say.
Yeah.
All right, now question number 4. We had our airport round a moment ago. Here's another airport question. Los Angeles International Airport, best known as LAX, serves as a hub for more airlines than any other airport in the U.S. So that's different than the travelers thing I mentioned earlier. We're talking about the most airlines going to an airport. Is that true or is that false? Once again, Los Angeles International Airport, best known as LAX, serves as a hub for more airlines than any other airport in the U.S. Is that true or is that false? All right, now we talk about the major airlines here. So let's see your answers. We had 6 for true, 3 for false. Your correct answer was... That's true. Yeah, LAX is a hub for 7 major airlines, more than any other airport in the United States. All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll check in and see how we're doing with our true or false round. Now, the toxic metal arsenic was once used to treat psoriasis. True or false? Once again, the toxic metal arsenic was once used to treat psoriasis. Is that true or is that false? You got 15 seconds left.
I don't know.
All right, looks like Steele's got to run. Thank you, Steele, for joining us, but thank you for also playing with us. Have a great night, my friend, and we will see you with the next Trivia Tavern in the new year. All right, now let's get your answers for this one. Now, this we had 5 for true. We had 3 for false on whether the toxic metal arsenic was once used to treat psoriasis. Your correct answer? That's true, yeah. Now, the crazy thing about that, we've known arsenic to be poisonous to humans since ancient times, but that didn't stop its use in medical treatments for psoriasis and even certain types of cancer, which is crazy. But medical science has often been a weird place. There used to be like, what's that expression? I don't know, you got ghosts about you, do some cocaine about it. Like, whoa. It's like you're being haunted by something. Here, have cocaine. The treatment for syphilis used to be straight up mercury. And it's like, yeah, that's where the expression "mad as Hatters" comes from.
It says James McClintock, druggist.
Druggist. Oh, yeah. That back when we called them druggists. So, yeah, really wild stuff. But let's see what we're doing so far. Hey, Media Killer's in first place this round with 407 points. Way to go, Media Killers. I'm just here so I don't get fined, get a chance to maybe crack into the top 3 and become Trivia Traveler. We got Real John with 330 rounding us out. Wayne right there behind him, 286, getting some points. Darren, Mitch Dodge, Turbo, J-Dog, Steel, Adriana, all rounding us out. So, we got 5 questions down. We got 5 more true or false facts to check out. Question number 6. Now, the Oscar-winning actor Robert De Niro released the novelty rap single Wise Guy in 1998. Is that true or is that false? Once again, Oscar-winning actor Robert De Niro released the novelty rap single Wise Guy in 1998. True or false?
Oh, I know this one.
You know this one? Because
do.
you know who actually...
I
well,
do.
Sorry, or, well, I just...
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see what's going on in just a second. There we are. I'm back. All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, for this one, we had 2 for true, 6 for false. Since you know this one, do you want to illuminate us,
it's
Turbo?
definitely false. It was Joe Pesci who released this one.
That is
Pesci.
correct. Yeah, other famous wise guy. Guy's like, hey, who you laughing at? That Joe Pesci released a novelty rap single called Wise Guy in 1998. So well after he'd also kind of... 98, that's like right in the middle of his like Casino. And,
Yeah, all those right there. Well, Goodfellas is 90. That kind of started everything.
that started it, yeah. So it is more at the end of his run of being like that kind of guy. But yeah, let's get into question number 7. Japan has the second highest number of McDonald's locations in the world after the United States. True or false? Once again, Japan has the second highest number of McDonald's locations in the world after the United States. True or false? All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you thought it was. This time we had 3 for true. Sorry, 67%. 6 for true, 3 for false. Your correct answer was that is actually false. So China has the second most McDonald's locations in the world, following the U.S. Japan's actually number
KFC.
3.
It's KFC. though.
KFC is the one that's
Number 2.
huge in Japan.
Yeah.
So going back to Christmas fun facts, it's actually really common that if you want to go to KFC on Christmas, it's such a popular day, you need to make a reservation at your KFC because it is the busiest day of the year for KFC in Japan. Yeah, but they do have a lot of McDonald's, but not quite as many as China. All right, question number 8. The hybrid species made by crossing a domestic cow with a bison is known as a beefalo. True or false? Once again, the hybrid species made by crossing a domestic cow with a bison is known as a beefalo. Is that true or is that false?
She blinded me with science.
All right, answers in. Let's see what you guys thought it was. All right, this time we had 2 for
It's a
true,
trap.
7 for false. Your correct answer. It's true, yeah.
No way a beefalo is a thing.
A
dude.
beefalo
No
is absolutely
way,
a
dude.
thing.
Not true. A beefalo? Come on.
Beefalo are the offspring of a male domestic cattle bull and a female American bison. The species was bred exclusively for beef production. So it's one of those weird things that like farmers and scientists got together and were like, cool, let's see if this is a thing. It's like the way that like a mule is a donkey and a horse's
Yeah,
offspring.
right.
Or because, and then there's mule and then there's another one. And like it's like one's where the father is the horse and the mother's a donkey. Then there's a switch. A liger is an honest to
Right,
God like
yeah,
real thing,
that's
but
a
it's
thing,
not
yeah.
what we think it is. But like there are these weird combinations of species that can breed with each other and give you a new offspring because it.
Like elephants and pigs.
Not getting into that one. Yeah, was it? It's like that Meatloaf song. All right, y'all. Let's get into our next question. In order to be labeled as such, bourbon must legally be made in Kentucky. Now, is that true or is that false? Answers open. In order to be labeled as such, bourbon must legally be made in Kentucky. True or false? Hey, Drift Speed, welcome back. Thank you for joining us and saying hey. If you want to join in, I'm asking questions about whether or not you have to make bourbon in Kentucky for it to be legally bourbon. All right, y'all. You've got a few seconds left to tell me if that is true or false. All right, answers in. Find out your answers together. At this time, we had an even split. Speed also throwing it out there saying it's true. We had 5 saying true as well on our stream, and 4 for false. Your correct answer was false. So actually, as long as a product fits under certain production criteria, bourbon can be made anywhere in the world. It's just most famous for coming from Kentucky, but you don't have to make it there. It's not like champagne having to be from the Champagne region of France.
Yeah.
All right, we got our final question of the round. It goes like this. A Major League Baseball game uses an average of 50 balls per game. Is that true or false? So we are talking about the amount of balls that they use when you go to a Major League game and they're playing there. Do they use an average of 50 balls per game across the majors?
Use or issue?
Well, use being, yeah. I mean, I would say if a ball is at the game with the intention of being used, those actually would be called used balls, right? Because they are there for that purpose. Whether or not they see the field, we'll find out in a second. All right, now answers turned in. We had 56 of our answers say true. We had 44% of the answers say false. Now, during the course of a baseball game, there are a lot to do. There are a lot of fly balls, home runs, stuff that kind of leaves the field of play. And for other reasons, but we'll get into it. Your correct answer, it's false. So the correct number, on average, a Major League Baseball game uses somewhere between 96 and 120 baseballs per game.
And 144 are issued. And they may issue extra, but only if they go through the 144, and it's only happened like 3 or 4 times they've gone through a dozen.
And this is a big, it's a ton of balls. And a big part of this has to do, too, it's like you'll see pitchers who get like particular, like there's a lot of, because of like the way that baseballs are thrown and the way that pitches are affected by like little nicks about the rotation, you can get more curve on something if it's got like scratches in it. So it's like it changes the way you throw it. So in order to make things more uniform, they just I think the average life of a ball in a baseball game is I've heard 7 pitches. Turbo's saying it's 3 or 4. So if you split the difference, it's still 5 or 6.
Every single one of those balls is hand stitched. Did you know that?
That's crazy.
In front of and before they're used. So they're stitched by hand, continue to this day. Major League Baseballs, not the ones you buy at like Sports Authority, but like the Major League issued like $12, $15 ones. You know, Darren knows all about this. He owns hundreds and hundreds of balls.
So crazy.
He's a ball man.
Just real quick before we get into our standings for this one, Driftfeed's asking if I can do a question about giraffes. Now I already made the game, so I don't have any questions about giraffes. But trust me, if you are issuing a challenge, you got to come back because I will have questions about giraffes in our next episode when we come back, because giraffes are a fascinating creature. So I don't have any questions lined up for the rest of tonight about giraffes, but we will try to get into it. Mitch Dodge just said big ball guy.
Yeah, Darren's a big ball guy.
With that, we'll get into our top 3 and declare our winner of our true or false round. It's time to find out. In third place, who do we have? It's Real John with 524, continuing to stack up points. He might be the Trivia Traveler. Ed, though, getting his points too. I'm just here so I don't get fined. In second, 538. And in first place, Media Killers. Way to go, Ricardo. Yeah, man. Thank you for Driftfeed saying, hey, I'll definitely be back for giraffe questions. Keep your eyes posted. I will make sure to, and if you're not here, I hope you are, but if you're not here, we'll make sure we cut one of those up for our Reels or our YouTube Shorts if you haven't seen those yet. All right, y'all. So way to go. Let's see. Turbo, you were in 4th once again. Darren right there in 5th. Wayne right behind. Mitch, Dodge, and Nana. Hey, Wally able to join us and jump in for a few questions there too. So thank you, Wally, for joining us as well. All right, y'all. We're going to get into our last round of trivia in just a second. I mentioned it to you. This one is a year in review question. What the heck happened in 2024? That's right. I've got a whole round of trivia about some minor and major news stories of the year. Most points at the end of this round. I'm prone to making up a lot of dumb words for this section where I make up a fun title for you. The winner of this round will be the N24, sir, as in 2024 and Enforcer mashed together. It's not good, but it's what I could do with 2024 and finding a pun for it. So you'll be the N24-ser.
Matt Damon.
And we're going to have a whole round of trivia all about things that happened in 2024. We come back in 5.5 minutes with more trivia. I'll be back in just a few moments.
Fun will now commence.
It's going good, Mitch. How you doing? You know, we got this last like 4.5 minutes. Just talk to you guys in the chat. Yeah, I want to say as we get ready for the end of our night, want to thank everyone who's been playing with us tonight. Thank you guys. This is our first, end of the year for Trivia Tavern. We started it this year, and we're still figuring out all the things that can be and what we want it to be. And we're getting new people who are finding us, like Drift Speed coming through. So thank you guys. If you guys are just finding us, most of the people who are playing with us, you guys have been day one. So thank you too for just hanging out with me and supporting the channel. I love trivia, and I know you guys do too. So I just love bringing it to you. Thank you guys for doing it. And yeah, so things are going great, having a great end of 2024, and I'm excited for some fun stuff in 2025. And I know you guys are gonna be a part of that. So thank you guys for what's W stream Drift Speed?
Oh, that's Danny, that's hip new generation talk. That means W. That's a win.
Oh,
win.
cool.
L stream would be like it's a lame stream or a loser stream. But yeah, W stream.
Dope.
Stream.
Oh, thank you for explaining. Yeah, he's right there with the win stream. That's a couple weeks ago we had the round about slang, modern
stuff.
slang and stuff.
Yeah, you would have killed it.
Stuff that it's starting to escape me. So I appreciate Drift. I'm gonna put you in charge of teaching me the new lingo, especially the stuff that's chat speak is the one that changes so much. Like when I was a kid. Yeah, with W stream, no cap. Thank you, Media Killers.
No cap.
No cap. It's like
God.
chat speak was a big thing in my generation of being on the internet, but that's the first iterations of LOL, BRB, GTG,
Rafflecopter,
right? And so it's like now when I see that, it feels like looking at hieroglyphics of an earlier version of the internet. So yeah. Danny has Riz. I like to think I have some Riz. We'll be celebrating this week next week with Rizmas. But no, I'm not down like that. I like to keep myself aware of what modern slang is because it's something that changes. I think I'm not somebody who's like, oh, new slang's stupid. My slang was best. No, I think it's really fascinating the way language changes, and it's gonna be not for me at a certain point. That's fine. I'm going to be used to this idea of not speaking the alien language that is more modern slang. But I like learning about it because it's the way that we just know what people are talking about. You can either get with it or get lost by it. And I'd rather just, have a better idea of what people are saying. But Riz was one that took me an embarrassing long amount of time to find out what it was. I'd say we had a trivia team coming into the Bottle Rocket. They were the Rizzards of Oz. And I did not realize what that meant for the longest time. And so that was a very, very embarrassing when oh, that was weeks ago and now I get what their team name means. Yeah.
And there's this Rizzler kid, yeah.
Dude, that's... Okay, so speaking of internet trends before we get into 2024, we don't have anything about the Costco guys in this round. But man, that was a blind spot I did not know I had until a few weeks ago. But it's just the whole Boom Kid and the Rizzler and all. I was like, what? I have no idea. And
that's
they're
different world online there.
And that they are super popular, just incredibly popular. Yeah, Mitch Dodge knows about bringing the boom. Mitch Dodge will know. I only know who those guys are because of professional wrestling. if they had never been on WWE, I still would not know who they were. And then they were on AEW like a little bit after, so crazy. Yeah, those dudes, that's wild. But anyway, AJ is oh yeah, that's right, and he is an indie wrestler. So that's the part that's cool. Like, I'm glad that wrestling community is like embracing those guys for what they do. So yeah, but anyways, with all that said, like I said, there's nothing going to be about the Costco guys in this round. We do have a whole round of trivia coming your way in 20 seconds, all about things that happened in 2024. Now, this one is going to open up with a question where I'm going to be asking you to type in an answer. After that, it's going to be multiple choice. Faster answers means more points. Answers will open up the fastest on your devices, so you don't have to wait for the stream, but make sure you get those answers in as fast as you can to get those points in. And for this one, you're going to want to type in an answer and then hit submit. All right, now, your first question of the round. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Blank Mahomes won his second consecutive Super Bowl MVP award in February of 2024. Now, what is that first name? Once again, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Blank Mahomes won his second consecutive Super Bowl MVP award in February of 2024. So this time you're going to type in an answer, and then you're going to hit submit. And if you get your answer right, you will get those points. You have about 10 more seconds to type in that name, and don't forget to hit submit. I think Jesus Mahomes is the brother that keeps getting in trouble. Kermit Mahomes, that's a great alternative for him. Yeah, I just wanted to throw the ball downfield and... All right, let's see what you guys went with. All right, so we had Patrick Mahomes and Jake Mahomes. Your correct answer this time, it's Patrick Mahomes. Way to go. I would have also accepted Pat Mahomes, although famously it is Patrick Mahomes. There was the time where his mom called in to basically the NFL broadcast and said, hey, stop calling him Pat Mahomes. That's his dad. He's Patrick. Which I guess I kind of get. Like, you don't want to call your son the same thing you call your
nobody
husband.
would ever call me Jeffrey.
Right.
Like, please stop saying Jeffrey. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Question number 2. Now, which former U.S. president turned 100 years old in October of 2024? Is that Gerald Ford, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, or Jimmy Carter? Once again, which former U.S. president turned 100 years old in October 2024? Gerald Ford, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, or Jimmy Carter? Mitch Dodge said Joe Biden. He's old, but he's also not former president yet, so that's not an acceptable answer. But yeah, he is old. Your answers that you guys went with, we had 1 for Gerald Ford. We had 8 for Jimmy Carter. Your correct answer was JC, Jimmy Carter.
Gerald Ford is 100 years old.
But he didn't turn 100 years this year, so yeah.
Well, I mean,
also
remains of him probably
right.
turned 100. Yeah.
Fair. All right, y'all. Question number 3. Now, which European country's parliament elected Keir Starmer as their newest prime minister in July of 2024? Was that Denmark, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, or Sweden? Once again, which European country's parliament elected Keir Starmer as their newest prime minister in July 2024? Denmark? Uh-oh. Was it Denmark, United Kingdom, Netherlands, or Sweden? I think we might have a fat finger situation.
Yeah, Wayne and a fat one.
Oh, no. Well, I also said some stuff, but yeah, we'll get into it in just a few seconds. All right, answers that you guys went with. We had 5 for Denmark, 2 for the United Kingdom, 2 for Sweden. Now, Wayne, you had the fat finger situation. Which one did you push? Which one did you want? Oh, wasn't you just kind of like changed it after the fact? Got it. So you're saying he wanted to go with Denmark, but he hit Sweden. Well, let's see your correct answer, because it might surprise you. It's the United Kingdom. So in 2024, United Kingdom general election, which Keir Starmer was appointed prime minister, was the first election under King Charles III. So, yeah, it is the UK. Drift Speed knew it was the UK, so way to go, Drift Speed. And Drift, if you had got a chance to get those answers, you can always play along watching the stream. You can always jump in, because you might take down a round or 2. All right, question number 4. Now, what U.S. representative became the first person to reach 1 million followers on the social media site Blue Sky in December of 2024? Is that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Hakeem Jeffries, or Katie Porter? Once again, what U.S. representative became the first person to reach 1 million followers on the social media site Blue Sky in December of 2024? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Hakeem Jeffries, or Katie Porter? Now, Blue Sky, in case you don't know, it's the Twitter alternative, or the X alternative, I should say, that started growing popularity in the last couple months. Now, the ones you guys went with,
40% of all people know that.
100% of the answers for AOC, and that is 100% correct. Yes, Alexandria. Do you have a crush on her, Turbo? I do too, a little bit. She's rad. All right, question number 5. In a first of its kind move, which country banned all social media for anyone under age 16 in November of 2024? Now, which country is responsible for this? Is it Australia, Canada, Sweden, or the United Kingdom? Once again, in a first of its kind move, which country banned all social media for anyone under age 16 in November of 2024? Australia, Canada, Sweden, or the United Kingdom? After this question, we'll see how we're doing so far through our first 5 for the round. North Korea. I think North Korea bans social media for just most of their citizens. Thank you, though, media killers.
Technically,
yeah.
You know?
I mean, everybody under 16 is also banned by that, I guess. Let's see your answers. All right, for this one, we had an even split between Canada, Sweden, and the United Kingdom, but 6 answers for Australia. Your correct answer this time, it's Australia, mate. Yeah, Australia. Wow. Australia said they would fine tech companies up to 50 million Australian dollars, roughly $33 million US, for failing to comply with the country's ban on social media for users under 16. That is a hefty fine if you got people under 16 on your social media.
And
so
this is yet my point of saying that there are less Australians than there are Californians.
Yeah, that's also true. There's not a whole lot of people that are getting
As
affected by
as
this
it
ban.
sounds,
Yeah,
it's not a lot of people it's affecting.
right. All right, y'all. Well, let's see how we're doing so far through 5 questions of our year in review round. All right, Real John stacking up those points. He's going to have a good run at Trivia Traveler once again. Mitch Dodge and Media Killers both tied with 356 points. So it's an even scrap between the two of them, tied for second right now. Adriana in 4th, Wally Pinkerton in 5th, Turbo, Wayne, Suburban Rain, Darren, and Ed. I'm just here so I don't get fined, rounding us out. Now, we do have all of our players getting at least 250 points so far, so it is a competitive game. Yes, Wally Pinkerton of Go See Cow fame, and Real John as well. They are representing their team well here in this round. Now, we got 5 more questions to go. Let's round out this round about this year. Now, for question number 6, what legendary singer saved a woman from jumping off a bridge in Nashville, Tennessee, while filming a music video in September of 2024? Did you guys catch this story? Was that John Mellencamp, Bryan Adams, John Bon Jovi, or Keith Urban? Once again, what legendary singer saved a woman from jumping off a bridge in Nashville, Tennessee, while filming a music video in September of 2024? John Mellencamp, Bryan Adams, John Bon Jovi, or Keith Urban? 10 seconds left. Answers are in. Let's see what you thought it was.
Mr. Bovine Joni.
Yeah, well, we did have 5 answers for John Bon Jovi or Bovine Jovi, and 4 for Keith Urban. Your correct answer this time, it was John Bon Jovi. Yes. I think I have a fun fact. Let me pull that up real quick. So yeah, John Bon Jovi, lead singer of John Bon Jovi, literally coaxed a woman off a ledge while filming a music video on a bridge in Nashville, Tennessee. Through his JBJ Sold Foundation, Bon Jovi actually has crisis training and prevention experience. So, you know, if you're ever in a situation where you need a rock star to talk you off a ledge,
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi's a good person to call. Just funny enough. John Mellencamp could never. John Cougar Mellencamp might, though. All right, Sean.
Yeah, wow.
Let's get question number 7 up there for you. Now, we had another question earlier about McDonald's. How about another one? Made with butterscotch candy and syrup. What was the familial name of the limited edition McFlurry released by McDonald's in May of 2024? So yeah, what was the name for this McFlurry? Was that the Papa, Mama, Grandma, or Auntie McFlurry? Once again, made with butterscotch candy and syrup, what was the familial name of the limited edition McFlurry released by McDonald's in May of 24? Was that the Papa McFlurry, Mama McFlurry, Grandma McFlurry, or Auntie McFlurry? Got a little bit of time left to tell me. All right, answers in. You went with 1 for Papa, 7 for Grandma, and 1 for Auntie. Your correct answer this time, that is the Grandma McFlurry. Yes, Grandma. When McDonald's launched this, they parked a pink ice cream truck in Manhattan's Times Square to debut their limited edition Grandma McFlurry. All right, we got 3 questions left for this year. And your next question, in what southern U.S. state did a fossil hunter unearth a 7-foot-long mammoth tusk in August of 2024? Yeah, we found a mammoth tusk in one of our states. Was it Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, or Louisiana? Once again, in what southern U.S. state did a fossil hunter unearth a 7-foot-long mammoth tusk in August 2024? Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, or Louisiana? You've got 10 more seconds. This is a fascinating story, so let's find out where you thought you found it. Now, he had 4 for Alabama, 2 each for Mississippi and Georgia, with 1 for Louisiana. Your correct answer was Mississippi. Yes, Mississippi. So it was that cold in Mississippi, is what Mitch Dodge is asking. Hey, man, yeah, they are known, parts of that part of the country are known as the glacial plains, because the reason why they're so flat is thousands of years ago, icebergs were like dragged across the top of
all over Iowa, Minnesota, all of that down the Mississippi Valley is all just grinded out.
It's why you have salt flats in those areas. It's a bunch of really wild, really crazy things. And in addition to that, it means that mammoth walked that area. So the thing that's crazy about this story, in August, this fossil hunter, Eddie Templeton, spotted a fully intact 7-foot-long mammoth tusk sticking out of a Mississippi Creek bank, meaning that it had been there for some time, and it was probably just some amount of erosion or storm or something just kind of revealed, hey, this has been here this whole time, which is just crazy. One day he's walking by and totally spots a mammoth tusk. What a wild thing. All right, y'all. Now, getting to question number 9. Media Killers is saying while on acid. I cannot confirm or deny that. Question number 9. In late November, a Russian woman snuck aboard a Delta flight from JFK Airport in New York bound for Charles de Gaulle Airport in blank. Yeah, I got another airport question for you. Where's Charles de Gaulle Airport? Is that Amsterdam, London, Berlin, or Paris? Once again, in late November, a Russian woman snuck aboard a Delta flight from JFK Airport in New York, bound for Charles de Gaulle Airport is that Amsterdam, London, Berlin, or Paris? It's funny the way that things that tied into the whole year tied into other trivia questions I had earlier in the night. All right, we have a few seconds left for you to tell me where you'd find Charles de Gaulle Airport. Answers are in. 100% of the answers saying that was Paris. Your correct answer is Paris. Yeah. And that Russian woman, 57-year-old Svetlana Dali, filed a lawsuit in the U.S. alleging she was a victim of a kidnapping just 1 week prior to her arrest in Paris for illegally boarding an airplane. So that's just crazy.
Very interesting.
A lot of wild stuff going on there.
Very interesting.
All right. Now our 10th and final question and our last question of the year before we kick off the new year next time at the Trivia Tavern. This one's about theater. What Broadway show adapted from a beloved 1967 coming-of-age novel won the 2024 Tony Award for Best Musical? Is it The Outsiders, The Last Picture Show, Stand By Me, or The Graduate? Once again, what Broadway show adapted from a beloved 1967 coming-of-age novel won the 2024 Tony Award for Best Musical? The Outsiders, The Last Picture Show, Stand By Me, or The Graduate? All right, you've got a few moments left.
40% of all people know that.
Media Killers saying, once again, it is the Kardashians. It's never the Kardashians, is it? All right, y'all, let's find out. Now, this time we had 78% of our answers for The Outsiders, with 2 answers for Stand By Me. Your correct answer, those are Greasers in The Outsiders. Yes, The Outsiders, your correct answer. So yeah, nothing gold can stay, but they can definitely remake it. All right, well, that is it for the round. We are going to declare our winner for this round. They will be our N24, sir. And after that, we'll go over our overall standings and find out who the Trivia Traveler is. Now, in third place for this round, it's Turbo. Way to go, Turbo. Once again, getting those points. Yeah, climbing up to third place. In second, Mitch Dodge. Mitch showing out and getting some points in round 2. And in first place, it's Real John, 901 points. So Real John, winner of a couple rounds tonight. Media Killers, though, we did have a few people that got a lot of those answers correct. It was just the difference of points. Yeah, Turbo, Media Killers, I'm just here so I don't get fined, and Wally, all getting 7 of those 10 questions right. It was just that little bit of speed that made the big difference. And then Adriana, Suburban, Rand, and Wayne rounded us out. So those were our standings for the last round. With all of that said, Real John, you're our N24, sir. We're also going to declare our top 3 for the night and find out who will be our final Trivia Traveler of the year. Now, in third place, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Way to go, Ed. A strong showing from you. Turbo in second place to close us out for the last one of the year. Way to go, Turbo. And I knew it. I had it. I saw it coming. It's Real John, 3,504 points. Way to go, Real John. Locking it down like he does. Real John is a Trivia Traveler regular here, and he kicks butt at trivia. So way to go, Real John. You are awesome. Now, we did have the rest of our standings, so you can see how you did through all those rounds of trivia. There were some harder questions this time. Looks like most of our players that were in our top 9 got over 25 or more correct answers for the night. Only one person was able to crack the top 9 with less than that, with 23 for Stelio. And then, we had some people coming in, joining us at the different times that they could. So thank you guys for being here and joining us where you did. That is just about it.
Thank you, Danny, for putting this all together, dude. All these questions were really good today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Airplane theme stuff.
Yeah, man. It's always fun to just get a bunch of random stuff into Blender so we can either all challenge ourselves and find out what the trivia is, or learn some things along the way. We got Real John in the chat saying it too. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you as well, John. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and any holiday you celebrate from here to the new year. We are going to have a 2-week break. Media Killers saying, they're taking off. Mitch Dodge. It was a little bit more challenging, but every once in a while it's going to be our questions, and every once in a while it's not.
We're going to be back. What day would that be? The 7th?
So that'll be the 7th of January is when we'll be back in 2 weeks with our first episode of Trivia Tavern of the new year. So be there so you can be a part of that. We're going to keep playing with some stuff and have some other fun things coming your way in the new year. So I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you, as always, for just hanging out with us. If you haven't already, do make sure you're doing those. Like, subscribe, share. Especially sharing, that's huge. If you have people
yes, it is.
that you'd like to challenge to some trivia, be like, hey, come over, we'll have some beers, we'll play some Trivia Tavern. Or you don't even have to come over. crack
And
beers
we
at
got
your
some
home.
shorts on the channel. If you think there's some fun ones there, send those shorts to people if they don't want to do the whole attention span.
Yeah.
See if they get the question.
Just be
right.
like, hey man, I thought there was a funny trivia question, and send it to your friends. See if they know what we're talking about. But yeah, so who else did we have? Nana, thank you as well. She's mistaken us. Mitch Dodge, just letting Real John know. Thank you for being a part of this. Oh yeah, and that's also one of those things too. So Real John is a trivia heavy hitter. He once appeared on Win Ben Stein's Money. I don't know if you remember that old trivia game show.
Wow.
Yeah, so me and Real John have a little bit of experience there of both being on trivia game shows, which is pretty fun. But with all of that said, I hope you all have a great holiday. Have a great little vacation if you get one. And we look forward to seeing you again here on January 7th in the new year for a new season of the Trivia Tavern. With that, I always like to leave you guys with my favorite little bit of trivia, and that is Wundle plus Wundle equals Toodles. Until next time, y'all.